But that's not what we see on the other side of the house today. What we see on the other side of the house today is him saying, well, our answer is complete, and because our answer is complete, our answer must be correct. But you can do this about anything. You can do this really for, let's say, gravity. You know, the theory of gravity isn't complete. Gravity is unified with the other three basic forces. Let's take all the forces. I could say, my theory of physics is that all forces are due to small gnomes pulling and pushing against and away from each other. This is my theory of physics. It's totally complete. Now, physicists have this model, which doesn't jive with itself and isn't totally complete. But we should really accept mine because it's more complete. You can see why we don't accept this. You can see why we actually demand rigorous, exact, specific evidence for what you're claiming. If you don't have this rigorous, exact, specific evidence, don't make the claim. But let's talk a little bit about the other points, the other questions Adam asked. What went wrong? This question in itself presumes that something went wrong. It assumes that at some point humans were perfect. There's no reason to believe at some point humans were perfect. No evidence is given for this at all. No argument is put forward behind it. There's no reason that the humans are perfect. He says that his worldview brings forward an answer as to why humans, look at other animals in zoos and chihuahuas don't look at us in zoos. Well, naturalists have an explanation for that too. It's called neurology. It's called psychology. We have answers for these questions too. They're very old and very in-depth areas of knowledge and areas of study, which we accept because they're so well evidenced, because they're so well argued. He says, how can we fix it? I don't believe we can fix it. I don't think that the human race can be made to be made perfect. Some of us have an innate nature towards violence. We can certainly approach perfection. We can certainly become better people than we are. And it's true that people do bad things. And that will likely continue to happen. And we can try to mitigate the bad things. But just because I say we don't have an answer, I don't have a way to make humanity perfect, that doesn't mean my claim is less valid than his. Just because I say that this is a problem that we likely won't solve, doesn't mean that his solution of having a really powerful God nail himself to a cross is any more complete than mine. It doesn't mean that his reasoning, and I hope that you've seen that his reasoning hasn't even been brought forward today. His last question was, where are we going? I know where I'm going. I'm going home after this debate. I'm going to go home. I'm going to eat. And I'm going to live, hopefully, a long life. And after that, I'm going to die. And the neurons firing in my brain are going to stop firing, and I will be dead. There is no reason, there is no evidence brought forward to think that after I die, I'm at any point going to leave the ground. There's no reason to think that after I'm turned into worms, I'm going to be somewhere else. It's wish thinking to postulate, to believe anything based on what you want to happen. And what we've seen today is wish thinking, ladies and gentlemen, not evidence.